Good morning, students. Welcome to chemistry class. This is Vivian Razu presenting the today's lesson. Today's topic is the modern periodic table or the long form of periodic table. In the previous class, we discussed the early attempts of classification of elements. In them, the Mendeleev's classification of elements or Mendeleev's periodic table is the remarkable classification of elements. We discussed the characteristic features, the merits and demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. After the discovery of radioactivity, isotopes, isobars, and atomic nuclei, Henry Moseley in the year 1913 conducted some experiments. He has calculated the frequencies of characteristic X-rays of various elements, and the square root of the frequency of that X-rays is taken on y-axis and atomic mass is taken on x-axis. If the plot is drawn, we get a plot like this. In this plot, we observe that some of the particles are not fallen on a straight line. That is, the characteristic X-rays frequency is not varying linearly with the atomic mass. There are some deviations. On the other hand, if such kind of plot is drawn between square root of nu, that is square root of frequency, versus atomic number, all the lines lie on the straight line. This is showing that atomic number is the more fundamental property of an atom than the atomic mass. This led to the new periodic law known as Moseley's periodic law or modern periodic law. This states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. He simply changed the atomic masses with atomic numbers. Mendeleev stated that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses, whereas Moseley modified it as the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers instead of atomic masses. By taking the atomic mass as the basis, Niels Bohr and another scientist Bury constructed a periodic table in the year 1920. This periodic table is known as modern periodic table or long form of periodic table or extended form of periodic table. Really, this is an extension of Mendeleev's periodic table only. This periodic table is based on the atomic numbers instead of atomic masses, as atomic number is the more important fundamental property of an atom than the atomic mass. When atomic number is taken as the basis for the construction of periodic table, most of the anomalies in the Mendeleev's periodic table were overruled. We discussed some anomalies like the inversion of elements, the position of isotopes, the grouping of dissimilar elements, and separation of similar elements. Such kind of anomalies were overruled in the long form of the periodic table. The long form of the periodic table is like this. This periodic table has 18 vertical columns. There are 18 vertical columns and 7 horizontal rows in the long form of periodic table. As Mendeleev said, the vertical columns are named as groups and horizontal rows are named as periods. Initially, the long form of periodic table is divided into 16 groups only, and these groups are named from left to right as 1A group, 2A group, 3B group, 4th B group, fifth B group, sixth B group, seventh B group, and the columns 8, 9, 10 and together considered as 8th group. First B group, second B group, then third A group, fourth A group, fifth A group, sixth A group, seventh A group, and 0 group. Here, all the normal elements are kept in A subgroups, 1 to the first two groups, and groups 13 to, that is third A to 7th A, and 0 group. These are the normal group elements or normal elements. And the transition elements are kept from third column to 12th column, that is the middle 10 columns occupy the transition elements, that is from third B, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, 3 columns together 8th group, and first B and second B. And the last group is known as the 0 group. The inert gases helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon were kept in the 0 group. So, there are 18 vertical columns which are grouped into 16 groups initially and 7 periods in the long form of periodic table. Here, the inner transition elements are shown separately at the bottom in 2 rows, that is the lanthanide series and the actinide series. The 14 lanthanides and 14 actinides are shown separately at the bottom of the periodic table. Actually, the positions of these 15 elements, that is element from 57 to elements with atomic numbers from 57 to 71, that is from lanthanum, cerium to lutetium. Lanthanum, cerium to lutetium, that is with atomic numbers 58 to 71, 14 elements together with lanthanum occupy this place in the periodic table, that is the place of lanthanum in the periodic table. In the same way, the actinides, 14 actinides, that is from the element with atomic number 90 to 103, that is from thorium to lawrencium, these 14 elements together with actinium lie in the position of actinium. So these 15 elements are called actinides. Actually, these 14 elements resemble actinium in the properties. Because of that, these 15 elements are kept together in the same place in the periodic table. In the same way, all the lanthanides along with the lanthanum are kept in the same position as the 14 lanthanides resemble lanthanum in the properties. In the periodic table, the elements reflect the electronic configurations. That is, the elements present in the similar group possess the same valence shell electronic configuration in the periodic table. In the first period, there are only 2 elements. The first period is said to be very short period. The second and third periods each contain 8 elements. The second and third periods are said to be the short periods. The fourth and fifth periods contain 18 elements each, and these periods are said to be the long periods, and the sixth period and seventh period contain 32 elements each. These 2 periods are said to be the longest periods. The 7th period is very recently filled. Because of that, it also became the longest period. At the time of the construction of this long form of periodic table, the 7th period was incompletely filled, so it was used to called as incomplete period. 6th period is the longest period, and 7th period was used to called as the incomplete period. But now the 7th period is also completed because of the discovery of 118th element also. So now the 6th and 7th periods are the longest periods. First period has 2 elements. Second and third periods have 8 elements each. 4th and 5th periods have 18 elements each. 6th and 7th periods have 32 elements each. The lanthanides and actinides are shown at the bottom of the periodic table to avoid the unnecessary expansion of the long form of the periodic table to 32 columns. The elements in the first year group, second year group, third year group, fourth year group, fifth year group, sixth year group and seventh year group and zero group are said to be the normal elements or main group elements, and the elements belonging to B subgroups, 3rd B, 4th B, 5th B, 6th B, 7th B, 8th, 1st, 2nd groups are said to be the transition elements. According to the latest recommendations of IUPAC, that is, according to the recommendations made by IUPAC, International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists, in the year 1984, the groups are renumbered from 1 to 18. The groups are renumbered from left to right, that is from 1 to 18. The first year group is now called as first group, second year group is called as second group, third B group is third group, fourth B group is fourth group, fifth B group is fifth group, sixth B group is sixth group, seventh B group is seventh group. The eighth group is also split into three groups, that is 8th group, 9th group and 10th group. First B group is 11th group, second B group is 12th group, third year group is 13th group, fourth year group is 14th group, fifth year group is 15th group, sixth year group is 16th group, seventh year group is 17th group, and zero group is called as 18th group according to the IUPAC recommendations of the year 1984. These are the general characteristics of long form of periodic table. What are those? 18 vertical columns called as groups, first A to 7th A, first B to 7th B, 8th group, zero group, together 16 groups initially. Later on, according to 1984 IUPAC recommendations, these groups are numbered from 1 to 18. So there are 18 groups now in the long form of the periodic table. A subgroup elements are known as main group elements or normal elements, and B subgroup elements and 8th group elements are known as transition elements. There are 7 horizontal rows in the period. Each period starts with the filling of electrons in the new principal quantum level and completes with the completion of P sub-energy level of that main energy level. With the completion of in the periodic table, period starts by filling the electron in the new principal quantum number. If the P sub-energy level of that principal quantum number is completely filled with 6 electrons, the period ends in the periodic table. So the first period contains 2 elements. It is known as the shortest period. Second and third periods each contain 8 elements. Those periods are said to be the short periods. The fourth and fifth periods are known as long periods. Each of them contain 18 elements. And sixth and seventh periods are said to be the longest periods. Each of them contain 32 periods right now. The inner transition elements, the lanthanides or lanthanoids and actinides and actinoids are known as inner transition elements. Elements with atomic number 57 to 71, that is cerium to lutetium, are known as lanthanides. They resemble lanthanum in the properties. Because of that, they are placed together with the lanthanum in the long form of periodic table in the third B group. In the same way, actinides or actinoid series, elements with atomic numbers 90 to 103, that is from thorium to lawrencium, also resemble actinium in the properties, as the outer electronic configurations of these 14 elements are similar to the outer electronic configuration of actinium. So they resemble the actinium. So these 15 elements together kept in the periodic table in the same position. Next, merits of long form of periodic table. The long form of the periodic table is based on atomic number. Elements are written in the tabular form in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, as atomic number is the most fundamental property of an element than the atomic mass. You know that atomic mass is the number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom, and atom is electrically neutral, so number of electrons present in the atom is also known as atomic number. As the atomic number is related to the number of electrons and there is no change in the nucleus in the chemical reactions, there is some relation between the number of electrons in the atom and the position of the element in the periodic table. So the elements which are present in the same group of the periodic table reflects the similar electronic configurations in their valence shells. Relates the position of element in the periodic table with its electronic configuration. That is, electronic configurations are reflected in the periodic table. The long form of the periodic table removed the anomalies about the positions of isotopes. Isotopes are the elements with the same atomic number but different atomic masses. As the isotopes possess the same atomic number, the long form of periodic table is also based on atomic number. So one place is enough to keep the isotopes in the periodic table. So that anomaly in the Mendeleev's periodic table was overruled in the long form of periodic table by considering atomic number as the basis for the classification of elements. In the same way, inversions of positions. We discussed that at two places, that is cobalt and nickel, the atomic mass of cobalt is more than the atomic mass of nickel. We discussed that the element with the higher atomic mass is placed before the element with the lower atomic mass, but the atomic number of cobalt is less than the atomic number of nickel. The atomic number of cobalt is 27, atomic number of nickel is 28. There is no anomaly or defect in arranging the cobalt before nickel. Though the atomic mass of cobalt is more than that of nickel, the atomic number of cobalt is less than the atomic number of nickel only. So that anomaly was not found when the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers in the long form of periodic table. So the corresponding anomaly in the Mendeleev's periodic table is overruled by considering the atomic number as the basis for the classification of elements. In the same way, atomic masses of tellurium and iodine. We discussed that atomic mass of tellurium is more than the atomic mass of iodine, and we discussed that the element with higher atomic mass is placed before the element with the lower atomic mass. But when we compare the atomic numbers, the atomic number of tellurium is 52 and the atomic number of iodine is 53. There is no anomaly, there is no abnormality in arranging these elements in the increasing order of atomic numbers. That is, when the atomic number is taken as the basis for arranging the elements in the periodic table, that kind of inversion of elements is overruled. Tellurium possesses atomic number 52, so it can be placed before iodine in the long form of periodic table. In the same way, argon and potassium also. Atomic mass of argon is 40 and atomic mass of potassium is 39 only. That is, the element with 40 atomic mass came before the element with atomic mass 39. So this anomaly is also overruled in this classification, as atomic number of argon is 18 and atomic number of potassium is 19. So the inversions of elements in the Mendeleev's periodic table were overruled if the atomic number is taken as the basis for the classification of elements in the long form of periodic table. Next, it removed the anomalies such as grouping of the chemically dissimilar elements and separation of the chemically similar elements. Here, no two elements are placed in the same block in the periodic table. So the separation of similar elements and grouping of dissimilar elements will not observed in the long form of periodic table. The long form of periodic table reflects the changes in the properties of various elements in a period and in a group. That is, when we move from left to right in a period or when we move from top to bottom in a group, the properties gradually vary. The physical properties of the elements especially gradually vary when we move from top to bottom or left to right in the periodic table. Next, representative and transition elements have been assigned separate locations. The representative elements means the elements belonging to S sublevels and P sublevels, and those representative elements, that is normal elements and transition elements, have been given special locations in the long form of periodic table. S block elements and the elements from third year to seventh year groups are said to be the representative elements. These are given special positions, and the elements with the third group to 12th group are said to be the transition elements. These are given a separate location at the middle, that is in between the elements with highly electropositive nature and the elements with highly electronegative nature. The electropositivity of these elements gradually decrease when we move from left to right. So these elements which are at the left side of the periodic table are highly electropositive in nature, whereas the elements which are at the right side of transition elements are, that is from 13th group to 17th group elements, are less electropositive in nature. These elements show the non-metallic nature usually, whereas the elements in the first two groups are strongly metallic in nature. And in between the metallic and non-metallic elements, the transition elements were placed, that is, they were placed at the transition position in between the highly electropositive elements and less electropositive elements. So a proper place is given to transition elements in the periodic table. And in this periodic table, metals are separated from non-metals. There is a zigzag line here, a zigzag line. This zigzag line is showing that the elements at the zigzag line are showing that these elements are possessing both metallic and non-metallic nature, partial metallic nature and partial non-metallic nature. The boron in the second period, silicon and germanium in the third and fourth periods, arsenic and antimony in the fourth and fifth periods, and tellurium and polonium in the fifth and sixth periods, and in 17th group possess metallic and non-metallic nature, that is partial metallic and partial non-metallic nature, and these elements at the borderline are the metalloids. That means they exhibit some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals. Next, defects in long form of periodic table. Most of the anomalies in the Mendeleev's periodic table are overruled by considering the atomic number as the basis for the classification of elements. Though it has several advantages, it has some limitations also. Those limitations are the position of hydrogen. The position of hydrogen is a drawback even in the Mendeleev's periodic table. That anomaly or that drawback was not overruled even in the long form of periodic table. Hydrogen can be placed either in the first group or 17th group. Next, location of helium. Helium is present in the first period and in the 18th group. Actually, helium is an S block element. The electronic configuration of helium is 1s2, whereas the electronic configurations of other elements, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, possess 8 electrons in their valence shell, but there are only 2 electrons in the valence shell of helium. So the 8th group is not reflecting the electronic configurations of elements. That is, an S block element helium is added to P block elements in the 18th group, that is position of helium is still a controversy in the long form of periodic table. But helium resembles the other inert gases in the properties. Because of that, the helium is kept along with the other inert gases. Helium's outer electronic configuration is different from other elements in the group. Next one is position of inner transition elements. Inner transition elements are separated from the main frame of the periodic table. This is an advantage and as a defect also. In order to avoid the unnecessary expansion of long form of periodic table to 32 groups, they were shown separately at the bottom of the periodic table. That is the advantage, and it is not included in the main frame of the periodic table. That is the disadvantage. It's not a big issue actually. Next, common names of elements. Some common names were assigned to these elements in the long form of the periodic table. The elements present in the first group in the long form of the periodic table are said to be the alkali metals, as the oxides of all these metals are strong alkalis. So that is basic in nature. So those metals are said to be the alkali metals. Alkali metals are the elements present in the first group, that is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. The elements present in the second group are said to be alkaline earth metals. Actually, the oxides of magnesium and calcium are known to the human being for a long time, that is the time before the corresponding elements. That is, the magnesium oxide and calcium oxide are known before the corresponding metals magnesium and calcium. By those times, those compounds are used to be called as alkaline earths. They are also alkaline in nature, that is basic in nature. They are used to called as alkaline earths, and the corresponding metals of those alkaline earths are said to be the alkaline earth metals. The alkaline earth metals are the second group elements, that is beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. The 13th group elements are known as the boron family. The elements present in the 13th group are boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium are the elements in the 13th group. As boron is the first member of that group, that group of elements is said to be the boron family. The elements in the 14th group are said to be the carbon family. The elements belonging to this group are carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Carbon is the first member of it, represents the other elements in the properties. So the elements present in that group are said to be the carbon family elements. The 15th group elements are said to be nicogens. There is a special name for these 15th group elements, the nicogens. P is silent here, nicogens. Elements in this group are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. The hydrides of this group are having pungent odor and they cause suffocation when inhaled. So this group is called nicogen group. The hydrides of nicogens are poisonous in nature also if inhaled in large quantities. Next, the elements present in the 16th group are known as chalcogens. Chalcogens means ore forming elements. Most of the metals exist in nature in the form of ores, either in the form of oxide ores or sulfide ores. The elements belonging to this group are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. And the first two elements in this group are oxygen and sulfur. Most of the metals in nature exist in the form of their oxides and sulfides. So these elements are said to be the chalcogens. The elements present in the 17th group are said to be the halogens. Halogens means salt forming elements. The elements present in this group are fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. These form salts with alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. The 11th group elements are said to be the coinage metals. The metals like copper, silver and gold were used to make coins in the olden days. So those metals are said to be the coinage metals. The zero group elements or 18th group elements. Zero group elements or 18th group elements are said to be the rare gases. They present very rarely in small quantities in air, and because of their inert nature they are said to be the inert gases or noble gases also. These are the common names of elements present in the long form of periodic table. What are those? The first group elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium are alkali metals. The second group elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium are said to be alkaline earth metals. The 11th group elements, copper, silver, gold and rhodium. Rhodium is the newly discovered element. These elements were used to make coins in the olden days, and these elements are said to be the coinage metals. Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium are said to be the elements in boron family. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead are said to be the carbon family elements. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth are said to be the nicogens. Oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium are said to be the chalcogens. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine are said to be the halogens. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon are said to be the inert gases or rare gases or noble gases. Nomenclature of elements with atomic numbers more than 100. Among the 118 elements discovered so far, only 92 elements are naturally occurring elements. The rest of the elements are made by the scientists in the laboratories. Still, the scientists are working in finding the new elements. They are made artificially by artificial transmutations. By making the change in the nucleus, new elements are being prepared by the scientists in the laboratory. The naming of the new element had been traditionally the privilege of the discoverer. The discoverer of an element can give any name who wishes by him. And the suggested name was to be ratified by IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists, has to accept that name. In the recent years, there were some controversies regarding the naming of some elements. For example, both American and Russian scientists claimed the credit for the discovery of element with atomic number 104. The Americans named them as Rutherfordium, whereas the Russians named it as Kurchatovium. The controversy was continued for some time. So to avoid such problems, IUPAC has made some recommendations that until a new element's discovery is proved, a temporary name will be given. For that purpose, a systematic nomenclature is provided by IUPAC in order to give the temporary names to the element. Once the discovery and the properties are confirmed by the scientist, then he has the choice to put the name as he wish. The name may be either the name of the country or state to which the scientist belongs, or to pay tribute to a noble scientist. The atomic number of element is using the numerical roots 0 and 1 to 9 numbers as shown in this diagram. The digit 0 is named by nil, 1 un, 2 bi, 3 tri, 4 quad, 5 pent, 6 hex, 7 sept, 8 oct, 9 n. In order to give the name, the roots are to be added and at the last em is to be added. So according to this, The names of the elements having 3-digit atomic numbers are like this: 101, 1 un, 0 nil, 1 un, unnil anium, unnil anium. Its temporary symbol is UNU, unnil anium. Later on, it was proved as mendelevium, and it was given a permanent name and symbol by the IUPAC. The symbol of that element is MD. The element with atomic number 102, unnilbayum, UNB. It was confirmed by the IUPAC as nobelium, and symbol is NO. The element with atomic number 103, unniltrium, UNT, lawrencium, LR. The controversy was with this element 104, that is unnilquadium. The temporary symbol given is UNQ, and it was confirmed as Rutherfordium as claimed by the Americans, and its symbol is RF. The element with 105, unnilpentium, nil, there should be L, unnilpentium, unnilpentium, UNP. The name is dubnium, symbol is Db. With atomic number 106, the temporary name is unnilhexium, UNH is the temporary symbol, seaborgium is the permanent name, Sg is the symbol. With atomic number 107, unnilseptium, the temporary symbol is UNS. It is named as borium, symbol is BH. The element with atomic number 108, unniloctium, UNO. It is named as hosnium, HS. The element with atomic number 109, unnilenium, UNE, meitnerium, MT. With atomic number 110, unnilnilium, unnilnilium. Here also there is a mistake, unnilnilium. Symbol is UUN, not unnil, unnilium. This is unnilium. That is 2 ones. There should be one more U here. Unnillium. Symbol is UUN. It's named as Darmstadtium. Symbol is DS. Element with atomic number 111. Unanium. UUU. Rhodium. RG. 112. Ununbium. UUB. Copernicium. CM. These are all the newly discovered elements. With atomic number 113, Anantrium, symbol is UUT, and the permanent name is Nihonium, and its symbol is NH. Element with atomic number 114, Ananquadium, UUQ. The name is Flerovium, symbol is FL. Atomic number 115, Anunpentium, UUP is the temporary symbol, Moscovium is the name, and MC is the symbol. Element with 116 atomic number, Anunhexium, UUH, Livermorium, symbol is LV. With atomic number 117, Anunseptium, UUS, Tennessine, symbol is TS. The element with atomic number 118, Anunoctium, that is UUO. The name is Oganesson, symbol is OG. These are the temporary names and symbols given to the newly discovered elements till the confirmation of them by the IUPAC. Next, electronic configurations of elements. In the long form of the periodic table, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. You know that atoms are electrically neutral, so number of electrons is same as the atomic number in the neutral atom. As the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, the elements in the long form of the periodic table reflect the electronic configuration. In the long form of the periodic table, a new period begins with an element that has one electron in a new main energy level. That means when the entry of electron in a new main energy level starts, the period starts in the long form of the period and ends when 8 electrons are filled in that energy level. Once the valence shell is filled by 8 electrons, the period is completed in the long form of periodic table. With the entry of electron in the new main energy level, period starts. With the filling of 8 electrons in the valence shell, the period ends. So, for all the elements in the first period, the principal quantum number is 1. For all the elements in the second period, the principal quantum number is 2. For all the elements in the third period, the principal quantum number in the valence electron is 3. For all the elements in the fourth period, the principal quantum number of valence electron is 4, and so on. The number of electrons in each period of the periodic table is equal to number of electrons filled in the corresponding energy level. You know that after the filling of 4s orbital, electrons enter in 3d. After the completion of 3d, again electrons are filled in 4p. That means from the starting to ending of the third period, how many electrons are filled in the fourth period? 18 electrons are filled. So the fourth period has 18 atoms. So number of elements in the period of the periodic table is equal to number of electrons filled in the corresponding energy level. That is till the entry of new energy level. The elements in a group possesses similar electronic configurations in their valence shells. Let us see the electronic configurations in the valence shells. Let us go to this tabular form. Starting element of the period. Name, electronic configuration, atomic number. First element is hydrogen, atomic number is 1. Last element of the period, atomic number 2, name of the element is helium, electronic configuration is 2, that is 1s2. Here 1s1, 1s2. Number of electrons filled in the period is 2. Number of elements in the period is 2. As the number of electrons filled is 2, number of elements in the period is also 2. In the second period, the second period starts with the entry of electron in the second main energy level, that is with the lithium. The first main energy level accommodates 2 electrons, next electron goes to 2s energy level, so it has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s1. Neon has the electronic configuration 2,8. Atomic number of neon is 10. There are 8 electrons in the second shell, 8 electrons in the valence shell. So 8 electrons are filled in this period. So number of elements in this period is 8. The third period starts with sodium by the entry of electron in the third main energy level. Its atomic number is 11. And third period ends with argon by the filling of 8 electrons in the third main energy level. So in the third period also 8 electrons are being filled successively. So number of elements in the third period is also 8. The fourth period in the periodic table starts with the element with atomic number 19, that is potassium. The 19 electrons are distributed like this: 2, 8, 2, 1, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. That is, period starts by the entry of electron in the 4s orbital, and when the Fourth main energy level is filled with 8 electrons. The period ends with krypton with atomic number 36. From potassium to krypton, 18 electrons are being successively filled. So the number of elements in that period is 18. In the fifth period, the first element is rubidium with atomic number 37. The distribution of electrons is 2, 8, 18, 8, 1. That is, the electron enters in the fifth energy level, that is 5s orbital, and with the xenon atomic number 54, for the fifth energy level is filled with 8 electrons, and in this period from 37 to 54, 18 electrons are successively filled, so 18 elements are present in the fifth period. In the same way, cesium, the sixth period starts with cesium with atomic number 55. The electron distribution is 2, 8, 18, 8, 1, and period ends when the sixth period is completed with 8 electrons. That is, from 55 to 86 radon, 32 electrons are successively filled. So 32 elements are present in the sixth period. If you observe the outer electronic configurations, if the outer electronic configurations are observed, they are same for all the elements in this group. 1, 1, 1, 1. Here also, in the last group also, except helium, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. But in the first element, helium, it's 2 only. As the first period cannot accommodate 8 electrons, it can accommodate a maximum of 2 electrons only. So we can't write 8 for helium atom. These elements in the group are reflecting the electronic configurations in the valence shell. All the first group elements possess the similar electronic configuration in the valence shell. All the 18th group elements possess the similar electronic configuration in the valence shell. In the same way, the other groups also. When the outer electronic configuration is 1, that is NS1, the period starts in the periodic table. When the outer electronic configuration is NP6, the period ends in the periodic table. So the elements in a group resembles the similar electronic configurations in the periodic table, but it's not always true. There are some deviations in the electronic configurations of elements. For example, in the fifth group, vanadium, the electronic configuration of vanadium is atomic number 23. Vanadium is 4s2 3d3. For niobium, electronic configuration is 5s1 3d4. For tantalum, that is this is the fourth period element, fifth period element, and this is the sixth period element, tantalum, again 4s2 5d3. The electronic configurations in the fourth period and sixth period are alike here, but there is a deviation in the electronic configuration of niobium. Instead of 5s2 4d3, the electronic configuration of niobium is 4d4 5s1. In the same way, we discussed the electronic configuration of chromium earlier. Instead of 4s2 3d4 configuration, chromium has 4s1 3d5 configuration. Molybdenum also has such kind of configuration, 5s1 3d5, to give maximum stability. Maximum spin multiplicity gives maximum stability. But in tungsten, that is the sixth group elements of the sixth period, the electronic configuration is 6s2 5d4. In chromium and molybdenum, Aufbau principle is violated, but the Aufbau principle is not violated in the electronic configuration of tungsten. In the same way, in eighth group, electronic configuration of iron is 4s2 3d6. For ruthenium, again electronic configuration is violated. Aufbau principle is violated. Instead of 5s2 4d6, the electronic configuration of ruthenium is 5s1 4d7. In the same way, for osmium, the electronic configuration is no deviation in the electronic configuration of osmium from Aufbau principle. In the ninth group, cobalt, 4s2 3d7, there is no deviation. Rhodium, 5s1 3d8, there is a deviation in the electronic configuration in the fifth period, and iridium 6s2 5d7. There is no deviation in cobalt and iridium, but a deviation in rhonium. In ruthenium also there is a deviation. Cobalt and chromium and molybdenum also has some deviation. Here nobelium has some deviation. Mostly the fifth period elements are showing the deviation from the above principle. Next, in the 10th group, the electronic configuration of nickel is 4s2 3d8 in the fourth period. That is, in the next element in the same group, palladium 4d10 5s0. 4d10 5s0. There is no electron in 5s. So electrons are not filled in 5s. Here also above principle is violated. 5s has lower energy than 4d, but 4s is filled before the entry of electron in the 5s. Above principle is violated. In platinum 4s1 3d9, again here also the above principle is violated. Instead of 6s2 5d8, electronic configuration of platinum is 6s1 4d9. So mostly the electronic configurations are reflected in the group in the periodic table. That is, all the elements present in the period in a group in a periodic table possess similar valence shell configurations, but there are exceptions in the configurations of elements like chromium, molybdenum, niobium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, and platinum. These deviations from the above principle might have to give the extra stability to the atom. Now, this is about the long form of periodic table. Let us continue this in the next class. Thank you.